This video is entitled Special Class Methods and is going to discuss a couple of special methods within objects in Python. It's a companion piece to the book, An Introduction to STEM Programming with Python 3, Chapter 9. And I'm Dr. Renaud from Shawnee State University, and I'll be taking you through this video presentation. In this video, I'm going to cover the two special methods that can be added to classes in Python. One is the initializer and one is the toString methods. The initializer method does exactly what its name kind of alludes that it does. It will be called automatically when an object is created. It will automatically initialize attributes to values or set up certain things that need to be set up within an object kind of automatically when the object is created. It is a def just like any other. It's a method just like any other, but it's got a special name. It has to be named underscore underscore init underscore underscore. So it's called underscore underscore init underscore underscore and has a self attribute or a self argument just like all the other methods. And you could then have additional arguments that could have default values or not. So let's look at the initializer as defined on line 2. We've got a class called book, and we're going to create multiple objects, multiple instances of the class of book. And I've created an initializer. Now the initializer has 4 arguments. The first argument is the self argument. The second argument is the author argument, and you can see that it's optional so that we could leave it off or not. And if it's left off, our author is quote, quote, or the empty string. Title, again, is the quote, quote, empty string, and pages would be 0. Notice then inside the initializer that I set self.author equal to the variable author. Now self.author is the attribute of the class. It's an attribute of the object that we're creating, where author is the variable that's being passed into the def. Self.author and author are two different things because one of them is self's version of author. So self.author would be assigned to whatever the author value. If we pass an author, it will use that passed value, and if we don't, it'll use double quote or the empty string. Self.title works the same way, and self.pages works the same way. Take a look at line 7. I create a book called, well, the object is called the A object, and it's a book. The author's name is George Orwell. The title is 1984, and it's 225 pages long. So you can see that I've now created an object, and the A object has those 3 attributes already assigned, ready to go, rock and roll, right? Because the initializer handled them and has populated those attributes for me. On line 9, though, I create a book and give it no values. So on line 9, the variable B contains an object with an author of nothing, with a title of nothing, and pages of 0. On line 9, the object B contains the author of quote, quote, of nothing, the title of quote, quote, it's been initialized, but it's the empty string, and then it contains, the book B contains 0 pages. We then see on line 10 and 11 that I assign the attribute author to unknown and the attribute title to Beowulf, one of those classic epics of antiquity. And then on line 13, I say I recently read A.title and B.title for a total of A pages plus B pages. Now, because A pages was defined but B pages wasn't, B pages would be 0 because the initializer initialized it to 0, even though I never told it how many pages Beowulf has. Beowulf has a whole lot more than 0 pages. But you can see that it now used the initializer to initialize those 2 objects of the book class. The other special method I'd like for you to know is the str, or the toString method. What the toString method does is it tells the object, we define it in the class, but it tells the object how to print itself out as a string if it ever needs to be converted to a string. Why would we do that? Well, if we want to print the object, wouldn't it be nice if it just kind of knew how to print itself out? Especially if it had lots of attributes or lots of methods, wouldn't it be nice if there was kind of a standard way to print that out? It's often used in debugging when you're trying to figure out what your object does or how it works, and it's handy to use in print statements. So I'm going to show you a string method, a toString method, on our books. So I have a book class, a class called book, and you can see that I have defined a def called underscore underscore str underscore underscore with itself. And then look at what it returns. It returns a string. The underscore underscore string underscore underscore method must return a string. Don't print things out in there. It should return a string and let the program outside that's using the toString method, let it handle it. Let it either add it to a list or print it or whatever it's going to do to the string that's returned. So on line 3, it creates a string, self.title by self.author, and then the number of pages. You can see it creates a string and returns the string back from the method underscore underscore str underscore underscore. And on line 5, we create a book. We assign its title, its author, and its number of pages. And then we print I loved the book, B. And because that then calls that says, oh, well, now wait a minute, B's an object, but I need it as a string because we're printing. Let's go see if it's got the string method. Oh, it does. So it then calls this string method, adds all those things together, returns the string, and then the print down on line 10 prints it out all nice and pretty. I love The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy by Douglas Adams, one of my favorite books. This concludes this video. This presentation is copyright 2020 by James M. Renault, PhD. You can contact me at jrenault@shawnee.edu. This work is licensed under Creative Commons Attribution, Non-Commercial Share Alike 4.0 International License. And I'd like to say thank you for watching and hope to see you in future videos.